just press the red button.
Yeah, just push the red button. Tell me when you're going.
I'm going.
Ready? Go.
All right, I'm out here at Sacramento Valley Shooting Center with, needs no introduction, Rob Pincus, man among men. The Battle of the Beards has gone on. We both retracted our beards in fear of each other, I think, for this interview.
I thought that was appropriate. There was really no reason to come in with that kind of antagonism. You know, look at my beard. No, look at my beard. And I think it just shows the professionals that we are.
Yeah, you anyway. This is one of those things where it looks a lot better for me to be on camera with you than it does for you to be on camera with me.
I don't know if that was I don't know if it was good or bad. I don't know. Yes, I agree.
Yes. So you've done, gosh, so many things. You got the Personal Defense Network going on. I've been watching you on Best Defense and Best Defense Survival all this time. You got a thing going on with Trigger Time TV now on another network. You've got the ICE Training Company. You're very busy and very tired. What else have you got going on?
I looked at my beard and tired. It's the beard. I looked more energetic with the big beard, apparently. Yeah, I do get tired, but you know, mostly it's really about what I'm doing out here this week. And what I'm doing out here this week is on the range for 5 days with 3 different groups of students. Some people are overlapping, taking all 3 classes. You know, the combat focused shooting, the flagship program, the advanced pistol handling, and then a carbine day. And that's really what it's all about. You know, and all those other projects get talked about a lot more. One of the things I always tell people, like for example with Personal Defense Network, every single one of our contributors, everybody who is on a video, everybody who writes articles, everybody who has video clips for us, their first criteria before they're even considered is that they must be a professional trainer. They must be teaching actively. Because I find that my teaching is what informs my articles, my videos, my TV segments, the DVD production. It's working with the guys that are out here. It's working with all the students. It's working with their questions, seeing their gear, seeing their problems. That's what informs all the other content creation. So I think sometimes what you see is that when people aren't doing that, or when they retire from their real job, law enforcement, military, and they just become like the gun writer, you know, the classic 1980s gun writer, all of a sudden the articles start to all sound the same, the stories all start to all sound the same, the gun reviews are all kind of the same, and you cease to, I think, be as valuable as you could be if you were actually out doing the active thing that got you the job in the first place. So I always try to, you know, remember that and stay out on the range.
Now, I took kind of an introductory course, the combat focus shooting here, and I got a chance to see some of the second day material here. Tremendous stuff as well. One of the things that really leapt out at me was the different way that you guys do a figure 8 drill. Do you want to talk about that much? Because I think it really screws with people a lot more than the way a regular figure 8 drill does.
And I don't know what a figure 8 drill is. So I think, and it's funny because people, where did you come up with the figure 8 drill, or why did you? I've even heard that. Why do you change the figure 8 drill? Look, in the mid '90s, I was in Tennessee, and I had the great pleasure of meeting one of the best, most intuitive instructors and teachers I've ever met, Hector Martinez. And Marty was in the Marine Corps. He was a active duty guy. His last active duty assignment in the PSD realm was a very high level protective detail in Gulf War #1. He was in charge of the weapons and tactics package at Fort McClellan back when the Personal Protection Services was a combined school down there in Alabama. He lived in Tennessee and at one point, and we got to meet. And he showed me what we use as the figure 8 drill now to this day. He showed that to me at first as a development for diamond formations, to confuse guys into diamond formations so that your range drills and your counter ambush drills weren't completely predictable as they are if you're just walking back and forth or you're just standing and the guy on the left always knows what he's going to do and the guy on the right always knows what he's going to do. So we modified that, of course, over the years, and we've made it pretty complicated and pretty complex and very, what I really say is distracting. You know, we try to simulate the distraction and the idea of a 360-degree potential threat environment, and then a lot of what we have people do in that drill kind of takes their brain out of the game of shooting. You know, we always say the shooting is going to be the easy part. So the way we do a figure 8 drill, and the only way I know to do a figure 8 drill is one that creates complications and adds variables. And the more advanced a student, the more variables. I've had entire A teams, you know, and I've never seen a 12-man one. There's always somebody missing, but I've had 8 to 10 guys, you know, full kit doing a figure 8 drill, and you say if that's the target, you indicate the target of the ones that are out there, and some guys have shooting lanes and some guys don't. And we've done it with executive protection guys where you got to clear the client and then engage the target. You know, we've had that happen. So there's a lot of issues that we create inside of the figure 8 frame. And the frame is very simply get somebody walking in a figure 8, have targets in a designated area, and call out some indication that makes them have to find the target and deal with it at whatever distance angle they happen to be at. One of the things that frustrates people about our training who don't know it, aren't familiar with it, is like, well, how do you got to run timers, you got to check out people's, objective ability to perform, and what are their split times? But how do you find the target, right?
Yeah.
Like, so,
That's the thing that really
yeah.
gave me the trouble is
Yeah.
I'm turning around and I'm going, where is the cue?
Right,
Where is
right,
the? Is that a 2? Is that a cue? What is that?
So yeah, it's hard, you know, and when you're simulating reality, it's hard to put an objective time on it. You know,
Right.
subjectively you can look at it and say that was right, that was wrong. You know, it's kind of like you know it, you know, when you see it.
Right.
But if you just read a score sheet, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, well, I just that one day class I took, I thought was tremendous. I've done a lot of training. I saw a lot of value in it. Anything special coming up? Anything you want to promote or talk about?
Oh, the new thing is I guess the ICE training website. ICE training has partnered up with a company run by two very good friends of mine, Teresa and Gary Mears down in northern Florida, out of Jacksonville. They run a company called DGG Taser. They're both retired law enforcement, and we've been friends. You can read the whole story on the announcement about our new website. They are now running the entire infrastructure for IC training. So you're going to deal with them with customer service, with class registrations, with venues, people interested in hosting classes. They are also helping me to develop. They have this very successful online and brick and mortar retail business, so they're helping me to develop the ICE training online store into a full service store. So it's going to have it's not just going to be the DVDs and maybe the occasional in-stock T-shirt from ICE Training Company, but now it's also going to have a lot of the things that our students use and that we recommend, you know, holsters and, you know, clothing or accessories or optics or whatever. And one of those things is going to be our new Claw emergency manipulation site, which people may have seen some of the hype we've been putting out there, some of the early reviews from people that have
First I've heard of it. This is a brand. This is an exclusive.
This is big. This is kind of exclusive. So it's a first and foremost, it's a good steel aftermarket rear sight with a 0.18 notch, a wide rear notch, designed to help people quickly find that normal width bright front sight, so that they can use their sights when they need them, for the kind of precision we see when people have those extended ranges or smaller target areas, headshots or whatever in a defensive shooting situation. But the unique aspect is that what we get there is a forward edge, an actual claw built into a concave edge for all the one-handed manipulations, like we're going to see in the advanced pistol handling class the next 2 days. So it's you know, you can look at it, oh, that's a gimmick. Well, the point is, it is something that's extreme. It is something that not everybody needs, and not everybody is ever going to see the need. You may go a whole year and not see in law enforcement or in the military or in personal defense the need for a one-handed manipulation. If you need one, though, you need it. So the ramped sights, there's a company that's been pushing the ramped sight, you know, since the 80s, I guess. And for some reason, we all thought those were a good idea. You know,
well, back when you did that sweep to clear the stovepipe, that was kind of a thing. I guess
that was a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fell for it. I have a lot of those ramped sights on a lot of guns, like 1911s. A lot of guns that I put away a long time ago and that aren't defensive guns. And it's reckless to have those kinds of sights. You know, the M&P shipped with them originally ramped sights, and it's just reckless on a defensive gun. There's no need for it. So any kind of flat front sight helps you, but this is actually one that's designed first and foremost as a good steel replacement rear sight. Secondly, it will help you in this really unlikely but extremely important moment in your life when you do have to manipulate the gun with one hand for a malfunction or for a reload. So that's kind of cool. That's in the store. And other than that, we're running around. This is a slow time of the year for training, but it's nice because I get to spend a lot of time, you know, here in California. Then I'm going to go down to Florida and spend a lot of time in Florida. Then we're going to do a little traveling, and all of a sudden it's 2013 and very busy spring training tour schedule for Personal Defense Network. 4 months from like 22 states and 40 classes or something between March and April, or sorry, March and July.
Super. I'll make sure to get all the links in the video notes. And thanks for your time, Rob. It was nice meeting
man.
you.
I really appreciate having you out here and everything you do. You know, as I said, when you did that AAR after class in Nevada, I realized just how many people listen to you, and I think it's a great
More
service.
than should.
I don't know. I think we want the flow of information is really important, and I can make a video and say, hey, here's what Rob Pincus is doing, and a certain number of people are going to look at that and say, cool, and a certain number of people are going to look at that and say, you know, who cares? What's nice is the third-party objectivity, and I know you do that service for a lot of different companies, and a lot of people rely on that. So for what it's worth, I do appreciate when you look at my videos, but looking at the videos from Alan and all the other guys that are out there doing this is really important as well. So thank you.
Thanks again, Rob. All right.